Hey you guys, welcome back. Today we're unboxing, well not really an unboxing, but we're going to be using a, this is the TS1000 from Mars Hydro. It's an LED grow light. There are 342 light diodes in here. It is the step up from the TS600W LED grow light, which I love. It does really amazing work on my plants. This one here, however, has an upgraded feature of a dimmer. So you'll see here it has a dimmer, and it also, if you have more than one of these particular lights, it has, you can daisy chain them together. In the fact, let me look here. You can daisy chain them together, not in electrical, but in dimming features. So there's a cord that comes with it. It looks like a phone cord. That you connect them all, and then when you dim one, they all dim to the same level. This really reflects off my camera, so it gets really bright, or really dull. So using this, with this particular unit, you can dim the whole slew of them that you have linked together. So I thought that was really cool. I only have one, so I can't test that feature out. But the reason why I got this one is, for the grow tent, I'm growing a lot of really cool, for lack of better words, rarer or more rare philodendrons and anthuriums and things like that. So they require less light. So right now in the grow tent I have the SP150, which is a really cool long grow light. Well, not long, it's about 2 feet long, I think, 18 inches, 2 feet. And it does beautifully. It gives really bright light. But that's the problem. It's too bright. So I wanted this one because I had a dimming feature, because the SP150 does not have a dimming feature. I will certainly use that SP150 light for other functions. When my other plants come in and those ones require more light, I will utilize it. But this guy, since the dimming feature is there, I can lower the light levels to what is more appropriate for the philodendrons. What I was noticing on my philodendrons was that they were very light in color, almost like the sun bleached. Not burned, but just more light than normal. So I thought, oh, I need to do something about that. And lazy Bill, weeks and weeks go by. And so I finally got one of these. The link's down below if you want to check these out. They're on Amazon. And yeah, I do recommend it. They do get warm, but not generally do they get really hot. I do recommend having a fan close by in the room just to circulate the air to cool them off. But this aluminum backing is actually a heat sink, so this will get quite warm. But on mine, I've touched them before. I'm not going to hang on to them. They do get warm, but they don't get like scalding hot, from my experience. So let's get to it. Let's change out the grow light and let's play with the light levels. So what's in the box? I got these the rope ratchet light hangers. So we saw this in the TS600W video, and I got another cable here to plug in my light. Attached to this light there is just a connector. This doesn't go into the outlet. This one will connect to it and go in the outlet. And then also I got the little connectors, the phone cable, for lack of better words, to connect the lights if you have more than one. If you want to do that. Sometimes it's nice to have different brightnesses for different plants. So you have that option. And also, it came with some stickers. Are they upside? They're upside down. So a bunch of stickers that I can place on things. I'm not really a sticker guy, but they're kind of fun. I thought about putting one on my car, and then I thought, no, I'm not going to do that. My car doesn't require that. But they're super fun if you're into that. So let's go to the grow tent and we'll give a quick look and see what's going on. And yeah, we'll hang this up and then we'll adjust the light. So this grow tent is the 2x2 Mars Hydro grow tent, and it's doing amazing. So I never get tired of this. When you open the window, look at how bright it is. Let the camera focus. We've got the plants down at the bottom, some hanging stuff. And up here is the SP150. So that's an amazing grow light. I really like it. It's too bad I'm going to replace it out in the grow tent. So let's go inside. Okay, so sorry, it's a little bit darker. As you can see, we've got the knob here for, this is the dimming feature to raise and lower it. These are the two ports to link your lights together if you so choose. And then this is the on-off switch. And then on the back here, because when it's hanging up you won't be able to see it, on the back is to turn on the dimming feature. So if you don't want the dimming feature on, you just turn that off. So that's something you should know. Let me finish installing this thing. It's hanging from one side. I just need to lift it up and put it on the other. So another thing here, it's all hanging now. I've got it hanging from the very top. There's a cord here, unlike the SP150, the one that was in here. This one, you can take the drivers off. You can remove the drivers so that I guess they're outside of the grow tent if you so wish. Or I'm not sure why you would take it off, but everybody has their reasons. And you have an extended cable here to plug in the drivers into the light itself. So I was thinking maybe you were able to daisy chain. There's a hole here, as my hand's in the way. There's a hole at the side, and then you'll plug this cable into the hole to connect it to your actual light itself. It's hard to do this with one hand. So I was thinking this was for daisy chaining multiple lights together, but that's not the intended purpose. It's for the drivers to power the lights. So that's kind of an interesting feature, that you can remove this if it's not in a good spot, or I'm not sure why you would remove it. But yeah. Anyway, let's get this thing turned on. I'm going to plug in the power cord now. Just going to feed it through the vent at the top, and yeah, let's get to it. Okay, so we got it all hooked up. I've got it powered on, as you can see. Right now, I have the power switch is right here, so that turns on and off the unit. And then at the back, right now, it's set to dim. As you can see, it's nice and lit in there, but not crazy. This would be great for maybe seedlings or something of that nature. As your plant starts to develop and grow, you can turn up the dimming. You can turn up the light levels. I don't think I mentioned, but this particular one is 150 watts, whereas the TS600 is only 100 watts. So here we go. I'm going to turn off the dimming. I'm going to flip the switch at the back here, and you'll see now it's at full power. So these plants don't like it at full power, that's for sure. So I'm going to switch back on the dimming, and then I'm going to get my light meter, and we're going to go and put this in here. Let me just put the light meter somewhere. Let me put the camera on a tripod so that I can easily do this with two hands. So normally what you're able to do is to lift your light higher so that it's farther away from the plant, and that will lower the light levels. As you'll see here, this is still the SP150. As we're getting closer to the light, this is about 2 feet away from the light, and we're already past 2,000 foot candles, so that's pretty bright. Let me change the times 10 as we get closer to light. So for blooming, let me see here. So getting closer to light, when you're about let's say 10 or 12 inches away, we're at about 5,000, 5,500 foot candles. So that's a pretty bright space. That's really, really bright. So as we get farther down, let me readjust this so that it's not so high. So as we get farther down, away from the light, as you can see, it's dropping, and it's dropping pretty quickly. So I want the top of the plants to read at least 900 at the very top here, and it's around that. I'm getting caught up by some plant leaves, but as you can see, it's around 1,400 foot candles, and then around the tops of the plants is about 1,400 or 1,200, depending on where I am. So I want to have that around 900, and then down on the floor it can be a little bit lower. So yeah, I'm going to replace this out, and then we're going to dim it down so that the plants are happier. Okay, so as you can see here, we're about 3 feet away from the light. This is at its lowest power. This is at its dimmest, and it's about 74 foot candles from the top of the plants. I want it to be at about 900. So let's turn this light up. with the dimmer. And let's just go to what it is at full strength, at about 3 feet away from the light. And it's close to 2,000 foot candles at about 3 feet away from the light. As you can see, it's switching to a 1. It's telling me to move it to the times 10 power. But so that's way too bright. That's amazing. That's in a very well lit spot outside. That's not in direct sun. So we're going to move that back. I want it to be about 900. So that should be about 50% of the way. Right now we're about a little over 50% of the dimming feature. So that's about right for above the plants. As it gets lower, the light level drops. So this is probably perfect for my philodendrons, and I'll see how they're growing. I want to see how the color develops with a little less light. And yeah, let's go through and look at a few of the plants here. So here is my philodendron bilietiae. It has some a new leaf on it. So I'm very, very happy about that. This one took a little bit of time. It's growing in sphagnum moss. These are my little prizes. I enjoy these a lot. The veitchii, the Anthurium veitchii, it put out a new leaf. Very happy about that. We've got the Ploumanii putting out a new leaf as well. And this is actually the one that was concerning me. See how bleached out this leaf is? They're supposed to be not much darker, but still darker. They're supposed to have a contrasting vein. This is a gloriosum, a philodendron gloriosum. So the leaves are supposed to be darker, almost like a velvety black, more green than black. But as you can see, they're really, really faded out. I think at the base of right where the veining is, that darker green, I think that's what the leaf is supposed to be like. But it's not. It's way faded out. So I'm going to try a lower light level. We've got the crystallinum. This was the very first leaf that I got, and it's not looking so good. I think it's because it was in an area with lower humidity, and then I finally brought it into a higher humidity environment, and I think that this is what's happened. So yeah, things are growing well in the grow tent. I'm really happy about the grow tent. I do recommend everybody having one, and any plant enthusiast having a grow tent, even just as a hospital for plants that just need a little bit extra love for a little while, and then when they're doing better, you can pull them out and display them again. But I think that it's a valuable resource, and they're not terribly expensive. This one is probably about $120 for the 2x2, and I will end up getting a shelf. I'm going to get a small adjustable shelf so that I can have plants on either side rather than hanging the pots in here. I feel like the space isn't very well used. So anyway, hope you enjoyed this setup of the TS1000 LED grow light from Mars Hydro. I'm really excited to see how it grows, my plants. So anyway, until next time, you guys, happy growing. I want to see what's growing in your grow tents. Do you have any of these cool philodendrons or anthuriums? I'd love to see. Tag me on Instagram at Plants and Things, or on Facebook at Plants and Things What's Growing page. Anyway, until next time, happy growing, everyone.